Samoa Speakers addresses how small island nations across the world can take one step closer towards sustainability. Plus, in today's lifestyle segment, we'll tell you the fashion colors for 2015. And 11 monuments are all on the route of one tour. Details on the Paseo Monumental. 15 on 15 starts right now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. The Prime Minister of Aruba recently took place in the Samoa Conference, a platform allowing island officials to get together and move towards sustainability. Here are some insights from Secretary Generals and Prime Ministers of small island nations on how small places can transition.
Combating climate change, promoting sustainable development, and addressing vulnerabilities of seeds will demand partnerships, capacity building, and leadership.
During the conference, the issues the islands deal with regarding sustainability were addressed.
We need to transform our unsustainable consumption and production practice and patterns and our business as usual mindset. The diverse coalition of small island nations we call SEED lives on the front lines of climate change and sustainable development. They are also in the vanguard in pioneering solutions that the entire world needs.
The big problems of our small islands will sooner rather than later impact every country, irrespective of level of development or prosperity. Clearly, we need to work together and partner with others to achieve our full potentials.
Moving forward, on Monday, the employees of Amazonia restaurant in Nord found themselves jobless as owners notified them of an abrupt closure. Workers of Amazonia stood outside the restaurant, baffled and angry at the sight of a closed restaurant. The business employed approximately 40 staff members. Some of them have been there for 4 years, others a decade. The main problem here is when a business closes down, the Department of Labor must be notified. However, DPL is currently in the process of relocating to the new Dimas complex in Orangestad, meaning regular hours of operation is not in effect. The former workers of Amazonia say they are confused, mostly because the close came as a complete surprise. They say last month's sales alone were up from previous years and that the restaurant seemed to be financially stable and management had no signs of any struggle. There has been no reaction from the management team regarding the closure. The employees have heard rumors of new owners. However, there has been no information leading to job security. The Minister of Labor, Paul Cruz, will be meeting with the employees and lawyers on Friday. Speaking of Minister Cruz, he is also in charge of youth affairs. This week, he, along with the Minister of Health, Dr. Alex Schwengel, and the Director of SCOA, the Catholic School Board, took part in sex ed in order to properly inform the youths on the island. The Casticultura was transformed into a sex education class this week. Students were instructed by the Minister of Youth Affairs, the Minister of Health, and the Director of SCOA on the topic of sex. The intention here is to properly inform the youth on the dangers and consequences of sexual intercourse. The goal is to reduce the amount of teenage pregnancy rates on the island. Therefore, the message of safe sex was emphasized during the class. Plenty of flyers, booklets, and other materials were handed out to better inform the teenagers. Later on in the show, we will hear from organizers of the Paseo Monumental event. So let's take a look at one of the monuments, part of the walking tour, the first public primary school. This school was the first real public primary school on Aruba. It was originally built in 1887 and 1888. There is only one other building on the island older than this one. It was built in neoclassical style. This structure right here also inspired private individuals when buying their own homes. The building has served various functions. In 1955, the public library was located here, and in 1982, it became home to the Advisory Council and the National Audit Office. For the full story, tune in to Noticia Unochi for Aishel Siemens' weekly monument segment. And on that note, we will be right back. Welcome back from the break. The new year will be here before you know it. Gurus in the fashion industry has revealed the colors you will be wearing come 2015. Colors are important, fashion designers say, because it is an emotion grabber. They say they will be using really interesting water tones in milky suedes. Pale pink, greens, off-whites are all very romantic palettes, which will be in for spring. Light olive green will also be another popular choice of color come next year. A fresh look is what designers are going for. Pure white to black as a counterbalance will also make statements, along with bold reds. So after you wear those beautiful pieces of clothing that you just saw in the video, you most likely will have to get it dry cleaned. Now, I don't know about you, but I simply hate the process of having to drop the clothes off at the dry cleaners and having to pick them up again. There is good news though. A new invention called Swash is a unique, technologically advanced solution for that problem. A $500 investment can have that dry cleaning system right in your closet. The best part? It takes just 10 minutes. Check it out.
Swash 10-minute clothing care gets clothes looking their best in just a few simple steps. First, hang your clothes on the adjustable hanger. For maximum wrinkle release, pull the fabric tight and attach the smoothing clips. Next, insert a Swash Pods cup, close the door, and select a cycle. The illuminated timer counts down the cycle's completion. The Swash Pods formula neutralizes odors and leaves clothes smelling clean. Then, heat is circulated to restore the fit of clothes that's lost after wear and aid the dewrinkling process. In just 10 minutes, your clothes are at their best, and you're ready to take on whatever your day or night has in store.
And switching gears over to health, spinach is said to be the rock star of the produce aisle. Here's why. The vegetable can reduce cravings. The leafy green is low in calories, packed with vitamins such as A and K, plus folate and iron. Having a drink made with the spinach extract practically eliminated junk food cravings, which led to steady weight loss in a group of study subjects. Researchers found the women who consumed the spinach extract reported experiencing very little hunger and found it was easier to stick to 3 meals a day, and as a result, lost an average of 11 pounds. The key ingredient in the vegetable takes a while to break down, ultimately slowing down digestion. On that note, let's take a very quick break. This is what's coming up next. It's time to embrace Aruba's culture and heritage. A walking tour has been organized for this coming Sunday. The event allows the general public of Aruba to take a sneak peek inside and out of 11 monuments in Orangstad that would normally not have its doors open to you. Yvonne Webcock, the director of the Monument Bureau, together with Stanley Dabian from the Department of Culture, are key organizers of the 4th edition of Paseo Monumental. It will be organized as a walking tour, allowing people to visit the different monuments in Orangstad. Architects will be on site and giving guided tours to provide better insight regarding Aruba's monuments.
This time we did something new. We said, actually, there are a lot of people that when they hear the word monuments, they get scared and they say, oh, I'm not allowed to do anything anymore. So that's not the case. You are allowed to do many things in monuments, especially when you see them from the inside, you will see many modern things. And who better than our architects that did these restoration to explain what is allowed or not allowed in a monument. So we have our 6 local architects that did the restorations together with our department that will give a tour in all these buildings and explaining what is possible and what is not possible.
There are certain monuments more popular than others. The courthouse is a prime example.
We have 11 locations that will open up. It's going to be in Oranjestad. It's going to start at the Office of Monuments, the Monumentenbureau in the Schelpstraat. That's the first one. Then we will have Huisje Wild. That's the red building beside. We will go to the court building. I know everybody will stand in line to go in that building. We will have the water tower that you can admire from the inside. Then we'll go to the other side of the town. You can go in the town hall where we marry nowadays.
Yvonne says the Sunday event will be a learning experience indeed.
It's important to go to the Paseo Monumental because it will make you aware who we are, our identity. It shows you our monumental heritage. It shows you our way of living, our way of working now in these old buildings, and our way how we are important these buildings for our tourists to also have a nice day when they come to Aruba.
Stanley Dabion says it's an educational and healthy event.
Sunday is a interesting day for the family to meet together, for the young people to meet together, but most of all, they will come to know more about our monuments. And our monuments are the big buildings and the buildings in town that we have, and that bring on the identity of the island, and also the history and the how to say, the heritage of Aruba.
The Paseo Monumental takes place this coming Sunday starting at 9 a.m. at the Monumentenbureau. Registration takes place then. That is it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back here on Thursday night starting at 7:15 p.m. right here on Channel 15 ATV. So we'll see you then.